Alright, guys, so as I explained, we are going to stick with team colors this time around because Viper kept changing colors. Uh, so, as it was explained, you're supposed to choose the civ your opponent had to play. Uh, that's the way it worked for this game, but the interesting thing is that the winner had to choose first, so that means Lojza chose Viper civ, and he chose Saracens, and then Viper wanted Lojza to play as Huns. Uh, Interesting civs for sure. Certainly late game, Saracens are going to have an advantage, but Huns definitely, I think, a little bit more versatile in the early game. But we'll see. Let's start with the maps. We do have Lojza here, and we have this gold, which actually isn't the worst position for him. I mean, he needs to find it, but he will find it. When he does find it, Viper will not with his scouting. Viper cannot see that, so I think that'll be fine. Also, he has his back stone. No gold in the back, though. And actually, Lojza, that he has this gold here as well. It's right up against the walls. So he could be in trouble at some point. Other stone here, unfortunately, can't really collect from. He might be tempted to build a TC there at some point, but I doubt it. So, Lojza, you see this? There's nothing out here. And he's getting loom. I wonder if he sees Viper's boar and is going to lame it. Is he going to lame his boar? Yeah. There's no doubt about it, he's going to lame this. I mean... oh my gosh! He's laming the boar! Oh, Viper! So screwed now. If he does get this boar in, I mean, he could still run out and try and lure it in, but, well played from Lojza. That is fantastic. And... Edville will be safe as well. That is such smart play, honestly. The boar's gonna die. Viper's not gonna get it. I assume Viper can actually see that. It's right up against his wall, and he knows what's going on. And not to mention, Viper will not win the Scout War as well because Edville is there. So, I think Viper does have his re. I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, he hasn't used a re, so... I'm interested to see if he'll call it here. I mean, I don't think he is. He's luring in his boar here, and... yeah, there you go. I believe it's before 5 minutes, so he's choosing not to call a re. And... really, really interesting stuff there. Really exciting start to an arena game, which is generally not super exciting. But Lojza is in a good position now. He's going to have these deer to lure in. He could get them all pretty quickly. He has a relic within his base there, a relic right outside his base. The other two are kind of very close to Viper as well. And this one's right outside Viper's wall. So, Viper's going to have to do some eco magic here. Yeah, definitely, at this point, it's just a waste of time to go out and get this boar. But what could have happened is, if you watched when the lame occurred, Lojza was shooting it, and the boar would run into the wall and then run back. So the boar actually would stop attacking Lojza's Ville. So in those situations, you've seen it many times before, where you see like a steal or something off of a lame. Viper could have actually sent a Ville out and still lured that boar in. Or at least tried to do that, and I think it would have been worth it. And he could have still, of course, lured it back to his TC. But, yeah, it's definitely not worth going after that at this point. Another bad thing for Viper is that his deer are all the way out here as well. He can't really lure them in. While we have 2 boars then for Lojza, and he also has this deer. So, certainly as far as the economy goes, Lojza is ahead in the early game. But let's talk Castle Age aggression. I guess Huns could go Cav Archers, right? I think certainly in the Castle Age, Huns are normally a little bit better, but this is not an open map, so we won't see a lot of Cav Archers. We might possibly see some, I mean, just to secure the relics. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen that before. But in late game, and you have to think Saracens have the best unit combination, the best post-imp, but the same time, you got to get there. Lojza is going to get his eco up and running, and it looks like he's doing a great job at that. And a little bit of a pause there. Not sure why. Okay, so it looks like we're back. Alright, so Lojza is going to get these deer easily, while Viper is not going to get his all that easily. He is luring them in all the way to the TC now. It is really good he's got them, and he's clicked up on 26 vills. Now, has Lojza gotten loom? Yeah, of course, I'm sorry. He did get loom when he went out to lame, so... You know, Viper's a little bit ahead with the vills, a little bit ahead with the times, but he doesn't have the boar, so we'll see if he can balance his eco out. You notice he now has 6 farms, so he has more farms than Lojza. Lojza's luring in deer as well. Viper could possibly get all these deer, and we'll have to see. But anyway, Saracens in the Castle Age, they could, of course, be very strong with monks in siege as well. You guys are talking about the stragglers. I don't think Lojza is actually having that much trouble. I mean, it's certainly a lot harder because the stragglers are there, but he's going to get that in now. And he's gotten all 4 now, once he gets those, while Viper is just now getting his 3rd. But yeah, that is really odd, the map generation there is, like, look at the amount of forest trees that are just spread out around Lojza's map. Lojza does have a barracks up, so I assume he'll be going with an archery range like I discussed. And just market blacksmith then from Viper. And he's building it there so he can get this deer in. But even so, with losing the boar, I think he's going to be okay. He's going to garrison the food from this deer, and it should be fine. That deer is certainly being a pain. Alright, so he's going to get up to the next stage for sure here. He's going to click up. He's going to get the upgrades. Is he going to go Monk Siege? We'll see, because Saracens have fantastic monks in Siege. But, meanwhile, Lojza, the archery range, going over to more wood here. And, is he going to go for archers? No, he's not. So I assume he's holding out for some cav archers then. Well, the scouts are yeah, there you go. Viper's actually lost his scout there, which is a huge deal. You know, David just mentioned in the chat that Viper should drop a defensive castle. And, you know, speaking of castles, if Lojza were to drop a castle or bring any aggression in and start building out here, now Viper won't see it. He does not have a scout. In fact, he doesn't have a barracks to even make any units to really scout with. So, the 2 ranges here from Lojza tells me he's pretty much going to go for the relics first thing before eco. I think Viper's going to be the exact opposite, honestly. He's just going to try and boom and push back out. Viper's eco management is really, really good. If you look at his time, he's actually up before Lojza, the same amount of vills, and he lost the boar. So, of course, Lojza had the idle time for getting loom. He also had to run out and lame the boar. So that's like a vill that wasn't working that entire time. The problem, I think, for Viper is he only has, like, 1 stone and 1 gold in his map. So it will run out in time, and we've seen it before where Viper or even Lojza needs to get out of their base. They need to push out, and they just can't because the other person has had map presence in the middle of the map. So Viper now is going up to a 2nd TC. He is going for a relic, but it doesn't look like he's going to overinvest in the monks to get these relics. Like, he could easily go, I mean, if it's like a 1v1 Saracens war, sometimes you just see 3 monasteries right off the bat, or 2 in siege. I mean, you certainly can get the upgrades, but right now, it looks like he's just going to try and focus on booming, get as many relics as he can. If he can, though, because Lojza's up as well now, and Lojza has the cav archers. Now, of course, we have 9 range for the monks, 5 range now for the cav archers, so it could potentially get a conversion, but you only convert 1 unit at a time. You can't convert an entire group, so it looks as though if Lojza comes out here, he should be okay. Viper could have snagged that relic by now. I'm not sure why he waited. I guess he's waiting for another monk, but now look at that. Just that little bit of time, I think Viper would have been okay. Yeah, you did miss a ram killing. You did miss a ram killing 3 trebs, but it was a capped ram as well. But there you go. Viper's gonna lose his monk. He did actually get a scalp, but that'll probably go down here as well. Unless he micros it. But I mean, you don't want to over micro here. You just want to focus on your eco. And there you go. It's gone down. So I think with that, Lojza's gonna get all the monks get all the relics pretty easily. Get all of Viper's monks pretty easily with the Cav archers. So it's a good investment there. He's going up to his 3rd TC now, and he's not too far behind with the Vils. So good play from Lojza, I think. I'm trying to take a look at his scouting. Can he see this? Yes, he is. Man, look at that scouting. His exploration is perfect. Is perfect. There is not, like, except for this area. Like, I'm not seeing really anywhere that he has not scouted. That's important or crucial. On the back of his map, in the middle of the map. While Viper, well, of course, Viper could get some conversions here. He's gotten one of them, so that's basically a kill. Oh, it's not a kill because it didn't go down, so that's good. But Viper's scouting is much worse. I mean, you can see where the relics are, but it's not looking fantastic if he needs that scouting later in the game. Oh, there's the other relic. Okay, Lojza has it right there. It's underneath his TC. So Lojza's going to be fine. He's going to, right now, he has 2 relics. He has that 3rd for free, basically. He could get this one. Viper's probably going to try and pick off the monk now. But, nope, just going to delete his unit so it doesn't get converted. And so Viper has to basically win this with booming. Then he has to push back towards Lojza. A nice thing, actually, for Viper is, let's say you get some middle map presence. He could get all of this gold out here. He could even get that relic, but lots of resources Viper could get. But honestly, Lojza, if you look, he's only 2 Vils behind. It's not a huge deal. Viper right now on 3 TCs. He might drop that defensive castle, but there we go. There's the 4th. So he will actually, getting that 4th one up a moment ago, be able to get ahead with the Vils, but still, I think Lojza now, on 3 himself, isn't in a horrible position with 3 relics, a little bit of map presence, and alright. I'll have to see what the builds are then, what the unit choices are. Viper with some really messy lumber here. I mean, he's collecting this straggler tree. I would just drop a palisade over it and just continue to chop lumber here. But maybe he really wants that straggler tree to... Oh, he's spawning villas to the straggler tree so he can build farms, actually. Lojza just now getting wheelbarrow. Certainly a late time at 23 minutes, but very slow game. But it is tense right now. If you were one of them, you would be tense. Lojza can win this tournament if he wins this game, and Viper will lose this tournament if he loses this game. So he has to definitely pull out the stops here and take this to a game 7. And right now, it doesn't look like Lojza is doing too bad, though Viper is definitely doing well with his eco. You see he's getting hand cards, going for the eco approach. He's putting up a defensive castle. I wouldn't be surprised if he just turtles up, booms up, and gets some really hefty upgrades. Yeah, correct, Milano. So it's not, it's, anyway, it's not the grand final. If I said grand final, I'm incorrect. It should have, yeah, WB final there. We're good, so. Anyway, this is good from Lojza to just try and secure this area. Lojza knows it's there as well, so if he sees all this gold and the stone there, and he loses his cav archers, or at least he's aware of it with all that scouting, he will be able to know that Viper could possibly secure it. But as you can see, he's building a very aggressive castle again on this gold. That's Viper's secondary gold. I'm not even sure where his third one is, actually. It's, what, out here? I mean, he has main gold, and that's it. But Lojza getting a monk there of Vipers, and Viper's gonna just delete that one because he would have lost it. So Lojza just seems to be on the ball right now. He's gonna possibly convert a Vill here as well. There's nothing Viper can do about it, and Lojza could just lame like crazy now with this villager, but he's not choosing to. So interesting thing is here is that Lojza's healing this Vill as it's attacking Viper's villager. Viper's having to pull all his villagers off here. Well, 3 villagers off, 1 to attack the monk, 2 to attack this Vill, and I think Viper's Vill will just survive, but still, really aggressive play here from Lojza, as Viper's on his way up to Imp later, but with more Vills. Alright, so we got a monk within Viper's base here. We have the castles going up, and this, every time Lojza has done this, it has pretty much worked. Though he's pushed back a couple times, he's doing a decent job here, I think, with this aggressive play versus Viper. He has the castles going up, he has the cav archers here, he hasn't actually chosen to go with any military except Trebs, and Viper hasn't been able to really deal with the Trebs. Viper's going camels now. And the camels are not going to be able to engage a castle, that's for sure. They counter any knights, any cavalier. But Viper, which MTC is it? Oh, thank goodness, this one. But he could lose this TC, he could lose his castle at this rate. Nothing really that he has to engage this Treb. Yeah, Lojza's just making trebuchets, and I think he's going to push in with another castle as well. He's just saying, come at me, Viper. You could even put that one further up. I mean, honestly, there's nothing Viper can really do right now. He could have placed that much further, but he's going for the heavy cav archer upgrade. He's going cav archers. It's the really only thing, I guess, that Viper can do. I just can mass a lot of Mamelukes and micro them, but he's got to go Onager. And Lojza's pushing in now with cav archers. The camels will do a decent job at countering the cav archers once they get close to him, but the Vills will go down. So both these players do need to be careful. Lojza could have microed a little bit better there. You definitely need to be more careful there. But this castle is going to go down for Viper right there. And heavy camel coming in. So heavy camels are so strong for the Saracens. Now keep in mind this is Huns versus Saracens. 1 castle then for Viper. So he can't make that many Trebs. Is he getting chemistry? He doesn't have a university. He has very little space, actually. And he's getting zealotry now, which is a fantastic upgrade. But with Halberdier coming in from Lojza, it's going to be hard for Viper, really, up against Halbs. Mainly just camels here. It looks as though Lojza's in a fine position. Keep in mind, Lojza, he has 5 relics right now, and Viper, he's going with rams. He doesn't even have the upgrade or the capped ram, and Lojza's just making this game 6 look so easy as Viper's house. He's been pushed back. Maybe the lame had something to do with it. I do not know, but right now he's losing his houses. He's losing his buildings. He's going to try and push out, but I do think Lojza will be in a decent position to deal with this. Viper's going to have to take a fight. He does have 1 Treb, and he can't create another because he's housed. So he's going to push out now, but just watch how quickly these camels go down to the castle fire when they get close enough. I mean, this castle is going to shred them pretty quickly here, and the Halbs as well. So Viper's trying to push out. He needs to be careful. He's actually trying to take out the Trebs with his camels and keep his Treb alive as well, but the camels will go down to the Halbs pretty easily. But look at the HP on these camels. It is 170 HP, so they have an awful lot of HP, and Viper's going to try and take advantage of that. But the Halbs, of course, do not cost gold. The camels are eating the Halbs right now, much to my amazement, but it's hard. It's so weird. It's so weird. These Saracen camels are so strong, and right now I think this castle is really under threat from Lojza. He actually might be pushed back here for sure. This castle this will go down in time. There's 3 trebs here. It's going down after the next volley, I believe. And Viper's getting bod Canero now. He has ranges here, and he's going to transition into a ranged unit. So, not enough halbs there from Lojza. Also, he doesn't have enough upgrades either. Cav archers behind would have been nice, but still, problem is that Viper can counter those cav archers pretty easily. Alright, in comes a patrol from both players. Viper just taking the fight before Lojza does there. And I think Viper, if he gets some additional skirms behind here, he only has like 3 of them, will be okay. But he is taking a fight now with a lot of halbs. He might just win this fight, but still, he is losing an awful lot of units he spent gold on. And it's Tarkan coming out now from Lojza. I assume to try and focus down the trebs, but he's actually attacking the one with full HP. Now, it looks like Viper's okay to hold this for now. Lojza's getting pushed back. Keep in mind all the other resources. We have golds here, we have stone here, gold here, gold here, gold here. I mean, all of that stuff is Lojza's right now. Viper does not have any gold beyond, well, period. He has no gold, period. None whatsoever. And so he's out of his main gold. He does need to push out. And he needs to kill these castles now, really. And it's important he keeps his trebs alive because he can't really create any more. He's using skirms to attack the trebs here of Lojza. Is he actually going to get them? I think he's actually going to slowly kill this treb with skirms, which is really messy from Lojza, who's attacking a market. But, yeah, guys, this is the winner's bracket final, so it's not like the grand final. But anyway, market's being rebuilt from Viper, actually, and it gets deleted. I mean, he's obviously selling resources at this point because he doesn't have gold, and he's still not going to have that market. These are Viper's walls, so he can easily delete them and push out, but he doesn't have that many camels now because he doesn't have the gold. He's actually choosing to get siege ram, but there's already mangonels there from Lojza, and Lojza should be able to deal with rams pretty easily with a couple mangonels. Also getting 3 castles in the same spot. He can send halbs there as well. Again, no gold for Viper right now. These skirms being focused down by the trebs are trying to be. Lojza's in a fantastic position, honestly. He has all the gold in his hands, and he just needs to really hold and get some upgrades if he needs them, and try and push out. Tarkans are here, which I think is interesting. I mean, it's fantastic against the skirms, and Viper's building out on this side as well. There's actually gold over on this side. He's trying to secure, I assume. Lojza's sending vills out. He has found this, and he's trying to wall this off. He's going to build a mining camp there himself. I don't know why I didn't go there. I guess he wants to get this so Viper can't. And who will win this fight? I mean, there's a lot of Tarkans there. These Tarkans are going to absolutely own these skirms. Just watch the skirmishers die. I feel like this is bad for Viper here. I mean, he seems to be somewhat outmassed. Luckily, he did get his ranges up in his stable. He does have camels coming out, but on the front as well, he's sending out the siege rams. He didn't delete enough walls, honestly. And so now, he didn't even kill any trebs. And he's lost access to this gold. But he is going to try and push out now with the trebs. Oh, and we have Mangonel coming out from Lojza, getting picked off by the siege ram. I am thinking this is getting close to desperation time for Viper. If it isn't already. I mean, he's getting light cav now. He has like very little gold. He's very little food. He's selling so much. In fact, I'll toggle over. Well, too late. There's the GG, and that's it. Look at that. Lojza in 6. Lojza in 6. That's incredible, really. I thought Lojza, like every game he won, he did a similar strat. He was just very aggressive, and he didn't sit back, and Viper was not able to deal with the pressure. He had all the resources in his hands. Lojza's now red, by the way, because the team colors changed. So Lojza had all the resources in his hands, and Viper knew it. So well played to both players. It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. Evenly matched, I think, and there's not a lot in it with the resources really, but Viper had run out. That's the point. Viper had run out. 3K of relic gold though for Lojza. That's huge. Getting those relics is so important. All right.